Wow, what a game between Wisconsin and Purdue that just did it. If you guys missed that game on the Big Ten Network, you guys missed one heck of a college basketball game. That game was highly entertaining from start to finish. But Wisconsin with the upset over Purdue on the road in West Lafayette, where a building where Wisconsin has historically struggled in. I believe on the broadcast they said Wisconsin is four. Well, now they're 5-44 all time, but before the clock ended, they're 4-44 going into tonight's game against Purdue, and they're at Mackey Arena there in West Lafayette. Like I said, one heck of a college basketball game those two just had. If you missed it, Jordan Davis was an absolute revelation for Wisconsin, dropping 37 points. And they needed all 37 points in this game because the whole front court for Wisconsin fouled out in that game. It's a very physical game, and the refs called a lot of fouls on both sides of that game. And early on, especially in the second, well, going into halftime, Wisconsin was in foul trouble and started getting into some really bad foul trouble. Not too long into the second half there. Before you knew it, all three of their front court guys had 3 fouls, and before you knew it, they all had 4 fouls. But Wisconsin was able to persevere and was able to overcome that kind of adversity and get a road on the win. And that's not to say Purdue played bad either. Purdue played, I thought, really well in this game. They had a lot of big shots and they had it. Every time Purdue would go on a run in this game, it seemed like Wisconsin always had the answer. And sometimes when you go on the road, you got to have an answer, or you got to have a guy like Davis sitting there making all them shots for them, answering back and getting runs of your own. And Wisconsin was really able to answer back every run that Purdue threw at them in this game. And that's not to say, like I said, Purdue didn't play bad in this game. Ivy had a really good second half. He set most of the first half and only had 1 point. I think he finished with 14 or 15, something like that. And the big man, the big 7'4" guy for Purdue, he had a career high in points as well tonight. So in overall, like I said, it was a really great basketball game there. You guys missed that one. You missed a gem. Wisconsin pulling off the upset. Now, I said earlier I wouldn't take the 14.5 that Purdue was favored by. I'm not going to sit here and bet the game. I did not bet on the game. But yeah. You got Maryland and Iowa on right now on commercial break here. But I don't think this really changes my stance on Purdue very much. I still think Purdue is one of the best teams in the country. It's just Wisconsin's night. And I think Wisconsin's a pretty good team in their own right, too. I don't think Wisconsin's any slouch. I still think they're going to finish near the top of the Big Ten. And I still think Purdue is going to win the Big Ten. I know it's their second loss in the Big Ten. But I still think Purdue is the class of the Big Ten, at least in my opinion. I still think they're the best team. And I still think there's a really good shot at them still getting a 1 seed, even though losing to Rutgers early was not a very good loss. But I don't think the committee's going to knock them too hard for this loss like they're going to for the Rutgers loss maybe come Selection Sunday. But yeah, like I said, overall, really great game. This Maryland-Iowa game that's coming up probably not going to be so much, but I actually did upload a Kentucky LSU preview video. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, that's my most recent upload before this one. And if you are a Kentucky fan, and if you watch that video, I do have a giveaway going. Comment on that video and for score prediction of the LSU Kentucky game. And if you for a correct score and rebounds, just for an exact score on that game, I will be giving away 2 tickets to a future Kentucky basketball game. So go ahead and, if you guys want to enter that, go watch that video and give me your score prediction. And I'll go ahead and I'll catch you guys in the next one.